One of the most fundamental option strategies is the short put, naked short put. You don't own anything, you're not longer put, you're not doing anything else, no stock, no anything else, and you sell a put, you're selling it short, that's called a naked short put. And the reason I like to start with that as a fundamental option trade is that you see it pop up in so many different places. Why? Well, a short put is bullish. Generally, it's when you sell a put, you think the stock price is going to go up. It generates positive theta. Generally, so time passing, it has time decay on your side, and it's a very simple strategy. It's just one strike, one put, that's it. So if you look at a chart of a short put, this, for example, is a short put at the 76 strike, stock price is $80, and that's the shape of the put. So it's bullish. So the green part of that graph is when the stock price is higher, towards the right. The red part is where the short put starts to lose money. And if you'll notice, the short put has a defined profit. Here, the premium received is $1.70. So if I sell that put for $1.70, that is my max potential profit. My max loss is if the stock goes to zero. So in this case, it would be $7,600 minus 170. So about $7,500 max loss. But the reason you might do this naked short put is that you're bullish on the stock, just outright. I think the stock is going to go up, but I don't necessarily just want to buy the stock. I want some positive theta. Or maybe I'm not very bullish, so I'm selling the 76 put. Because notice that the stock can actually drop in price and the short put can still be profitable. If I sell that 76 put and the stock is at 80, as long as the stock is above 76 at expiration, that trade can be profitable. Not bad, okay? So if I bought the stock at 80 and the stock goes down to 78, for example, I'm losing money on my long stock, but I can still make money on my short 76 put. That's why some people choose a short naked put instead of buying stock. And then sometimes they'll say, well, okay, if the stock drops below 76, I'm going to take delivery of the shares. In other words, that short put will be assigned at expiration if it's in the money, if the stock is below 76. And I'm going to take in 100 shares of stock in my account. And if I like owning that stock long term, maybe that's what I'll do, right? That's a strategy some investors use. But what I really want to focus on is how the short put is incorporated into other more complex strategies. So let's take a look at the first one, the simplest one. If I'm short the 76 put, yeah, the good old 76 put, and I'm short an 86 call, so I'm adding on a short call. What do I have? I have a short strangle, okay? So my premium has gone up, I'm taking in more credit. Notice how my deltas, remember if we go back to this, my delta of that short 76 put is 30. Well, now when I sell that call, my delta goes to 0. Why? Because my short put has positive 30 deltas. In this case, the short 86 call has short 30 deltas. So the long deltas of the short put and the short deltas of the short call offset each other, net 0 deltas. Okay, delta is the responsiveness or how much the profit and loss of a position will change or would be if the stock price changes $1. In this case, 0. The stock price can move up and down a small amount and the P&L really doesn't change much. Notice how I have a lot of risk to the downside, a lot of risk to the upside. And, we'll talk about the short call in an upcoming video. But the point is, here's that same loss when the stock drops. That's the short put. So the short 76 put here, there's an inflection point. That's 76 right there, and it drops down from there at expiration. And really, is this a complex strategy? Well, it's more complex than any of these other strategies. You know, it's simply a short 76 put. But if you're doing this type of trade, if you're thinking, wait a second, do I have to learn all about a short strangle? Remember, half of it is the 76, is that short put. And if you remember this chart, you're halfway there. Let's go on to another trade. If I'm short the 76 put and I short the 86 call vertical, that's called a jade lizard. That's a term for that strategy. Okay, and it kind of looks like this. I don't have any, because I'm doing this for a credit that's greater than the distance between these two strikes. 86 to 88 is $2, and the net credit is 213 because the credit is a little bit higher. I don't have any risk to the upside. But, you know, and there are details about this trade that, yeah, I'd have to learn. And okay, yeah, but look at this. The risk is that short put, just like that original graph. Just like that that naked short 76 put. Here I'm selling that put and selling the call spread. Yeah, it gets a little funky up here. You know, I've got this short call spread. I'm also taking in more credit than I did with the naked short put. But the risk is basically the same. Okay? And look at the deltas here. The delta is 23. Remember, the delta on that naked short 76 put was about 30. Well, the delta of that 88 call spread is about, I don't know, 6 or 7. It's pretty small. It's very small. It's a very low delta trade in and of itself. So when I add that short put to it, it goes up to to 23. So in other words, this has negative deltas, negative 7 deltas, for example. This short 76 put has positive 30 deltas. Add those together and I get positive 23 deltas. Here's the important thing to understand about this jade lizard. The short 76 put, the naked short put component, drives the trade. Most of the credit is from that 76 put. Most of the positive theta is from that 76 put. And basically all the risk, the big risk, is from that 76 put. So why would you do this trade? Well, there are different reasons why you might do this jade lizard, for example. You're more neutral on the stock. You're still kind of bullish, but not as bullish as just selling a naked put. And I want to generate a little more credit. And so you can think, gee, that's a complicated strategy, that jade lizard. You've got this strike, that strike. What am I doing here? I don't understand it. Half of it is a naked short put. If you understand this first chart, this chart, you're halfway to this chart. Okay? So, again, understanding the fundamental strategies and how you package them together makes the complex strategies a lot easier to understand. Let's go to a final one. If I short 2 times of those 76 puts, not just one, I'm selling 2 of them, and I'm buying 1 of the 78 puts. It's a ratio spread. It's what's called a ratio spread, a 1/2, for example. Buying 1, selling 2. And notice how, again, the risk is all down here. Look at this red stuff down here. That's because I have a naked short 76 put in this strategy. This is composed, the way I look at it as a trader, is I'm long, because I'm long this 78 put and I'm short 2 of these 76 puts. I'm going to match up one of these short puts, 76 puts, with this long 78 put, create a long put vertical. And that's this part of the P&L chart right here. This is where that long put spread, the long 76, 78, is right in here. And because I'm generating a big credit, I don't have any risk to the upside. These short 2 puts here, these short 2 76 puts generate a lot of credit, total of 98, enough to pay for the long 76, 78 put spread, or enough to cover the debit of the 78 put. So I have no risk to the upside. It's all to the downside, and it's all because of that extra long 76 naked short put. Again, look at this, buying one, selling two. Geez, how do I wrap my head around that? You know, you're talking about, oh, did this ratios for what are you doing? All it is a naked short put plus a long vertical. So, like I said, to repeat myself, if you understand this graph, this short put graph, you're already halfway to understanding this ratio spread and even more complicated versions of this. You know, I can stretch the strikes out, do all sorts of stuff, and you say, oh yeah, okay, great. My risk is that extra short put, and I know what a short put looks like because it is a fundamental strategy. So a short put, and trade it by itself. I can combine it with a short call, create a short strangle, combine it with a short call vertical, make a jade lizard, combine it with a long put vertical and create a ratio spread. And these three strategies, you know, strangles, lizards, and ratio spreads, we talk about them as traders and, oh yeah, I'm doing this or that. And, you know, if this is your first time hearing them, they can sound pretty confusing. And how do I learn about all these things? Well, don't start by learning those more complex strategies. Start by focusing on fundamental strategy, the first one of which is a short put. Like I keep saying, once you get this done, once you get this graph down and where the risk is, where the profit is, then all those other more complex strategies are going to make a lot more sense. Now, whether you choose to do these strategies or not is up to you. And, you know, it's not that they're good or bad strategies. They're appropriate for different outlooks on a stock, bullish, bearish, neutral. But if you do decide to use them, please do not take any more risk than you are comfortable with.